The story of Jason and the Argonauts is one of the most thrilling and legendary adventures in Greek mythology. Led by Jason, a hero on a quest to retrieve the Golden Fleece, the journey of the Argonauts unfolds with treacherous waters, encounters with supernatural beings, trials set by vengeful gods, and displays of loyalty and courage. This myth not only represents the human pursuit of glory and ambition but also explores themes of heroism, teamwork, betrayal, and the interference of gods in mortal lives. In this recounting of Jason's quest, we will delve into the origins of his journey, the challenges faced by the Argonauts, and the legacy of the Golden Fleece. The origins of the quest. The tale begins in the kingdom of Iolcos, where a rivalry and betrayal set the stage for Jason's journey. Jason was the son of Aeson, the rightful king of Iolcos. However, his father's half-brother, Peleus, seized the throne, exiling Aeson and his family. Aware that Peleus would see him as a threat, Jason was sent away to be raised by the wise centaur Chiron, who trained him in the arts of war and wisdom. Years later, a grown Jason returned to Iolcos to claim his birthright. Peleus, fearing a prophecy that warned him of a one-sandaled man who would bring about his downfall, saw Jason, who had lost one sandal while crossing a river, as a threat. To rid himself of Jason, Peleus promised to relinquish the throne if Jason could bring him the legendary Golden Fleece, a divine artifact of immense power and beauty located in the distant land of Colchis. Peleus assumed the quest would be impossible and that Jason would perish in the attempt. The Golden Fleece, as myth tells, was the fleece of a magical golden ram, which had saved Phrixus, the son of a Greek king, and brought him to safety in Colchis. The fleece was hung on an oak tree and guarded by a fierce, never-sleeping dragon. Possessing it was seen as a mark of divine favor and kingly legitimacy, but retrieving it would be a nearly insurmountable challenge. Assembling the Argonauts. To accomplish this mission, Jason needed the finest crew. He called upon the best heroes, warriors, and demigods of Greece. The most skilled and brave of Greece answered the call, including Heracles, the mighty hero, Orpheus, the legendary musician whose songs could charm all of nature, Atalanta, the swift huntress, Castor and Pollux, the divine twin brothers, and Meleager, the famed warrior. The heroes set sail on a specially crafted ship called the Argo, named after its builder, Argus. The ship had a magical prow that could speak, providing guidance and warnings to the crew, thanks to a piece of sacred wood from Zeus's temple. With this formidable vessel and a crew of extraordinary heroes, Jason embarked on his quest. The journey begins. The Argo's first challenge came when it encountered Lemnos, an island inhabited only by women. The women had killed all the men on their island as punishment for betrayal. Led by Queen Hypsipyle, the women welcomed the Argonauts, who stayed on Lemnos for a time. Some of the Argonauts, including Jason, formed relationships with the women, but eventually, they resumed their journey, mindful of their mission. After Lemnos, the Argonauts faced a series of daunting obstacles, each testing their courage and resourcefulness. The Isle of the Dolions, the Argonauts were warmly received by the Dolions and their king, Cyzicus. However, during their departure, they were accidentally drawn into a night battle against the Dolions, mistaking each other for enemies. King Cyzicus was tragically killed, and upon realizing their mistake, the Argonauts mourned and offered a proper burial. The land of the Bebrycians, in Bebrycia, King Amycus challenged any who came ashore to a boxing match. The mighty Pollux accepted the challenge and defeated Amycus, allowing the Argonauts to continue their journey. The prophecy of Phineus, the Argonauts then arrived in Thrace, where they encountered Phineus, a blind prophet cursed by Zeus. Each day, the Harpies, vile winged creatures, would snatch away his food, leaving him starving. Jason and the Argonauts drove away the Harpies, and in gratitude, Phineus warned them about the Symplegades, or clashing rocks, which destroyed any ship attempting to pass between them. Phineus advised them to release a dove first. If the bird passed safely, they could follow. They heeded his advice, and as the dove narrowly made it through, so did the Argo. Arrival in Colchis and the challenges set by King Aeetes. After many perils, the Argonauts finally reached Colchis, where they met King Aeetes, a ruler known for his ruthlessness. Aeetes had no intention of handing over the Golden Fleece willingly, so he imposed a series of impossible tasks upon Jason, hoping he would fail. With the help of Medea, Aeetes' daughter, and a powerful sorceress, Jason was able to complete the trials. The fire-breathing bulls. Jason's first task was to yoke 2 fire-breathing bulls and plow a field with them. Medea, who had fallen in love with Jason, provided him with a special ointment that protected him from the bull's fire. Thanks to Medea's aid, Jason managed to control the bulls and complete the plowing. The Spartoi warriors, after plowing the field, Jason was required to sow it with dragon's teeth. As soon as the teeth were sown, they sprang up as fully armed warriors, known as the Spartoi. With Medea's guidance, Jason threw a rock among them, causing confusion and turning them against each other until they perished. The guardian dragon, Jason's final challenge was to retrieve the Golden Fleece from the sacred grove where it was guarded by a fearsome dragon. Medea, using her magic, put the dragon to sleep, allowing Jason to seize the fleece. With the Golden Fleece in hand, Jason and the Argonauts prepared to return to Iolcos. However, their troubles were far from over. Aeetes, furious over their deception, ordered his army to pursue them, and Medea joined the Argonauts as they fled. The return journey and further trials. The return journey was as perilous as the outbound trip, with the Argonauts facing numerous obstacles as they tried to evade Aeetes' forces and the wrath of the gods. The wrath of Zeus, angered by Medea's betrayal and the theft of the fleece, Zeus unleashed a series of storms to hinder the Argonauts. Jason sought the guidance of the goddess Hera, who had been a protector of the Argonauts, and she intervened on their behalf. The sirens, as they sailed past the island of the sirens, whose songs could lure sailors to their doom, the Argonauts were saved by Orpheus. He played his lyre and sang, drowning out the sirens' enchanting music and protecting the crew from their deadly influence. Scylla and Charybdis. The Argo had to pass between Scylla, a monstrous six-headed creature, and Charybdis, a giant whirlpool. By navigating carefully and with the help of Hera's divine intervention, they managed to avoid these deadly hazards. Talos, the bronze giant. On the island of Crete, the Argonauts encountered Talos, a bronze giant who guarded the shores. Talos threatened to crush the Argo with boulders, but Medea, using her knowledge of sorcery, tricked him into removing a vital pin from his ankle, causing his lifeblood to drain out and rendering him powerless. The return to Iolcos and the fate of Jason and Medea. After a long and arduous journey, Jason returned to Iolcos with the Golden Fleece. However, his troubles with King Peleus were not yet resolved. Peleus, despite his promise, refused to give up the throne. Medea, furious at the betrayal, devised a cunning plan to exact revenge. Medea convinced Peleus's daughters that she could restore their father's youth by cutting him into pieces and boiling him in a magical cauldron. Trusting Medea's magic, they followed her instructions, only to find that the spell did not work, and Peleus was killed. This act of vengeance led to Jason and Medea being exiled from Iolcos. They fled to Corinth, where they attempted to start a new life. However, the relationship between Jason and Medea would eventually unravel, leading to tragedy. In Corinth, Jason abandoned Medea to marry Glauce, the daughter of the local king. Medea, betrayed and heartbroken, took a terrible revenge, killing Glauce and her own children with Jason. Jason, devastated and alone, lost his purpose and spent the remainder of his life in regret. The legacy of the quest for the Golden Fleece. The story of Jason and the Argonauts is a tale of bravery, adventure, and the pursuit of glory. However, it is also a cautionary tale about ambition, loyalty, and the consequences of betrayal. The journey to retrieve the Golden Fleece brought Jason glory, but it also brought him sorrow and loss. The myth of Jason and the Argonauts has endured for centuries, inspiring countless retellings and interpretations. It serves as a reminder of the human desire for greatness, the importance of camaraderie, and the tragic consequences that can arise when ambition and betrayal take precedence over loyalty and honor. In the end, Jason's quest for the Golden Fleece is a timeless story that resonates with audiences for its complex characters, thrilling adventures, and powerful themes. It reminds us that while heroism and the pursuit of glory are noble pursuits, they must be tempered by wisdom, loyalty, and respect for those who stand by our side.